I don't need your help. F your record.
Brother, it was such a... Yeah, how mad it was seeing that exchange between these men. Honestly, like, I'm just like...
And you have the best Mayweather in the business. In terms of how Mayweather was looking and sounding on there, did it sound familiar to you? Like, because
I've never seen Floyd get backed up like that, bro. Never have I seen him get pressed like that and accept it, bro. He was on some... He was like, oh, guys, it's like, bro, nobody cares about your record. Okay. Wait, this is usually the part. This is usually the part where he just goes, Rick Hay, Shane Mosley, Oscar De La Hoya, Manny Pacquiao, Canelo, Miguel Cotto. Like, he just goes off with his boxing record. This time around, he was like, okay, so the streets don't care. Okay, like he was. Bill Haney stuck it on him. It was just like, yo, I'm from the streets.
Yeah,
like, I tell people to, yo, leave that child alone. That's a Mayweather child.
Yeah, it's a Mayweather child.
Brother, that is
the stuff right there.
The convo they were having had many, many dynamics going on at the same time.
Brother, he said, you know what it sounded like, yeah? It sounded like two people that have had enough of each other. Or one person that was willing to... Mayweather came to the conversation willing, but Mayweather came when there was a chink in the armor.
Yeah.
Which is naughty. Which is out of order. Like, you can't just turn up on that kind of... on those settings because, like, bro... And he goes, you need me. I know you need me right now. I can see, like, your son needed me the other night. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro... Wait, what are you doing? And he goes, look, I know the games you lot have been playing because the killer is because Bill looks like a madman in that exchange, right? But then what people might be missing is the lead up. And we can't forget, remember that footage that was dropped? The Tank mashing up Devin.
Yeah.
Sparring footage. They're mad from that, you know, early. Then they're also mad from everything. They almost feel like, don't get me wrong, because Bill's moving mad in this exchange as well. But it's like, you lot are not on my side. Like, I know how De La Hoya feels right now about me. I'm seeing my man pulling up to the fight, telling me, let's go to let's scuff it out. Like, I can't remember his name, B-Hop. Bernard Hopkins. Everyone's moving mad. And I know you lot are ops. So let's not pretend that there's love here. You have no love for me. What now?
Yeah. And what's interesting is, like, Bill Haney clearly is who he says he is in terms of when he's, like, outside of boxing. You understand?
Yeah.
Like Mayweather's reaction to him was the reaction you give to someone that is, I mean, it's like, bro, I get it in this boxing space. I'm Floyd. You see outside of this boxing space, you're you, fam. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it was interesting seeing the conversation they're having because obviously it's like, you know, he's rubbing the salt. It's like Floyd come in to take the piss. And bear in mind, the context that's in the background of all this is he was helping Garcia in the lead up to this. You understand? Yeah. He was training him. He was making himself available for Garcia to speak and all that kind of stuff, going for runs with him. So he was involved on the other side. So him now speaking, and it's such a weird backstory because Devin Haney was once a next Floyd contender. You know what I'm saying? They was in the gym together. He was holding pads for him and all that kind of stuff. And it's just that thing of like, it's almost like there's a Mayweather curse. Anyone Floyd puts his arm around at some point.
Well, that's what Bill said. Bill said, you tried. Basically, it seems like they tried to do business. The business weren't working for Bill. When you're listening to, because you have to get past the cussing and the swearing and stuff and say, hey, what's that foot here? What's going on? Yeah, because I get it. And it doesn't read nice. Bill comes across horrible in this exchange. But then if you're looking at the exchange for just that moment, for the snapshot of that, you might miss. He's basically saying every fighter that you have, it doesn't go well for them. Look at the list of guys. So you're not doing this with my guy. We went to you. You started to say some fugazi stuff. Now bun you. And guess what? I took my son to this point. My son is at the top right now. Yes, he's had a setback, but I've done this. Not you. You ain't got no heavy hand in this. So then when he's pulling up to say, what do you call it? And because there's, even when he said, what's the problem? So they're both aware that there's an issue before this conversation. And he says, listen, I ain't got no problem with you. Like, remember
Yeah.
And it's like, no, there's a problem that we haven't acknowledged. There's a problem we haven't acknowledged, and now we're having this conversation on live for the world to see.
And the thing is, you can tell Floyd was not comfortable with that exchange being on live.
Not.
It's one of the ones where it's like he's not gonna go all out, because if he can keep it on boxing, he will. Because there's even when he's talking about Bill mentions, Devin Haney came down and sparred with you. He beat your ass in sparring that day. He's like, well, congratulations, you're undefeated in the gym. He goes, but I'm undefeated under the lights. I said, bro. The minute he gets back to his boxing record, he's gonna cook you. He's gonna cook you.
That's where he's got no chinks in his armor. That's where he's.
Bill said, F your boxing record. I'm undefeated in the streets. Floyd went back. Okay. I
shouldn't even be in the streets. No, man. When Floyd said, "What do you call it?" Because I don't know what's hard is because I don't want to sound like I'm just team Bill in this thing, because obviously we know that Floyd gives to a lot of different groups. So I don't know what type of group he was expecting him to give to, because he's like, why do you want to be in the streets? Why promote the street? You know, when Floyd was tried to find his footing, and he could never really land anywhere. That was the hardest part. But then there's even that part that he says about your kids were outside and I protected your kids.
You can't. So you say that to me, you've got my full attention, because that's news that I might not have been aware of.
Yeah,
do you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why I think there is that level of, he knows that happens. He knows that he's outside. There is there's more of a relationship than we were able to see in this exchange. Do you know what I'm saying? And when I say relationship, I more mean backstory. Like, oh yeah, you see what I'm trying to say? So for him to
subtext, that conversation was, you lot are not aware of what's been going on.
Yeah, because you mentioned someone's kids. The dynamics of this exchange has changed. You understand? Mm-hmm. Only certain people can mention your kids to you and you don't react in any significant way, because you know that stuff happens. For all we know, he could be his contact for when stuff in the streets is getting a bit crazy. And he's now looking at him like, you can't talk to me like this, you know? I'm the one you phone when it gets crazy. So settle down, bro. Now, what I found interesting is obviously because he's like, listen, man, I'm not in the streets like that. You know what I mean? He's like, yeah, but you're saying all that, but you ain't putting your kids on. And it's just like, he's like, well, you know, when they grow up to a certain point, they're going to do whatever they want. It became a whole different conversation. And it's just like,
he said, I don't respect you because of this. And it's like, wait, he said, my kid, I can't tell my kids what to do. He's like, what do you mean you can't tell your kids what to do? Bro, it was the most tapped. Because one minute he sounds like he's being like a concerned dad. The next minute he sounds like he wants to ride out and be on the roads. So he sounds like we're talking to Ghost, St. Patrick. Literally, it was 100% St. Patrick and Ghost at the same time in one person. Bro. So I'm like, wait, who are you right now? Is it Queen's Child Project, or is it what you call it? Is
it Ghost? Yeah, is it James St. Patrick or Ghost?
Yeah.
I hear this now, yeah. So after the conversation now, Floyd has been done an interview with Fight Hype, right? And he's like, yo, I will always talk good about Devin. He goes, Devin is young, so I expect him to say, Floyd, you're hating on me. He goes, no, Devin, I always loved you and I always wanted the best for you. He goes, if I don't F with you, I'm not showing you different moves in the gym. I guess he thought I sent the Tank Davis sparring video to Garcia. He goes, did he get it from me? Absolutely not. Then he goes on to say, a lot of the times these fighters are looking at, let me read it in Floyd's voice.
Yeah. A lot of times, what these fighters are looking at, they're looking at Floyd with the cars. They're looking at Floyd being, flashy. I say, okay, I made so many sacrifices in my career. Y'all are looking at the end results. And when I was champion, when I was having hundreds of $millions in the bank, I was still on my grind in the boxing gym. Y'all are worried about your outfits and how y'all boots are looking, worried about the wrong things. A lot of y'all fighters are living check to check. Me, I made good investments for my career when I fought Manny Pacquiao, Oscar De La Hoya, Ricky Hatton.
Bro! Oh, man.
The pivot is there, bro.
Oh, the pivot's there.
Spending a whole day with Floyd is going to be an absolute foolishness, Because you just be like, hey, Floyd, should we just go on holiday?
That reminds me when I used to travel. when I used to have my training camps in another city, when I was preparing for my fight with Oscar De La Hoya. Brother.
I don't know who it is. Yeah, is it me or you in terms of video feed that is a bit kind of Wi-Fi?
Oh, is it a bit mad?
You're like, yeah, for me, you're a bit thingy, but I don't know if you can see it.
No.
But it's all right. If it's fine, maybe it's just recording perfectly and there's no issue there. But
Yeah,
then
well,
I wasn't gonna complain. I was like, all right, cool. Nah, but so what did he cuss Bill in that conversation fight hype?
Nah,
Or did he not really address it?
He didn't really speak on Bill. It was more about Haney.
Yeah,
I mean,
Bill is who we think he is. That's
Yeah,
what we
Bill-
learned.
Yeah, that's
Bill
a
is
G check.
exactly who he is. That's all we know. We've learned because that was a G check. I got my number. Call me back.
But where it gets techie, yeah. So if we look at another Floyd disciple in Tank,
yeah,
he took some shots at Floyd, fam.
Basically
saying that, he's like, listen, man, this guy's. Let me try and find the where is it now? Yeah, it was a mad little tweet to put out there because I'm like, hang on a second, ain't you man good?
Them lot are in and out, like
up and down. Innit?
Yeah, friend of
So he goes, he got to pay them all back. So someone said, let me find out Floyd's being held hostage in Dubai. And he quote tweeted that tweet said he's got to pay them people that money back. He goes, if I'm lying, tell him to go live right now. Then the next post, he's got a screenshot of Floyd in the story, and he goes, this guy says all this BS, but he's in Dubai and he can't leave because he's been taking all their money and not doing what they paid him to do. He's a hater. Fam.
Ain't he still signed to what? Who's he? That's mad. Do you know what it is? I listen. This is a mad pivot, but you might not have seen this one coming. You see Turkey's money, His Excellency, and Eddie Hearns. The game is changing, bro.
Everybody's turning on their promoters, isn't it?
We must. Do you
know
what they're making? Do you know what they're making out there? Do you know, bro? Like before, it was like the zone. It was like, oh, let's stay like, and then sometimes, before you, who's the guy that they always thank in boxing? Forget his name.
Al Heyman.
All of those names there. It's beyond Al Heyman now. Now it's there's some Saudi money in the dunya, fam. And now the Saudi money in the dunya, who's connected? Who can get me to Riyadh the fastest? Because I must be there. Because we know Tanks go. We know Crawford's going. So guess what, guys?
Everybody's making moves.
Deontay Wilder is with Eddie Hearn in the 5v5, bro. You think conversations
shoulder to shoulder
as my captain. So you're telling me, guess what, bro? Whatever was going on before, I'm letting people know, because sometimes the tweet is a smoke screen, I always believe, for somebody else. So it's a tweet to say, it looks like, bro, what's the beef going on? But anyone clever reads into that and says, hey, can I sign you? You know what I mean? It's one of them ones. So don't be surprised if that's going on. Because we even had
it's the boxing new world order, fam.
Yes. And who came out the other day? I saw what do you call it?
Boots.
Not just
Boots
Boots.
was saying, he goes, that man ain't paying like that. That man ain't paying that good over there.
Do you know what? There's another thing that happened the other day. Oh man, Oscar De La Hoya and Eddie Hearn. Oscar De La Hoya from nowhere was just at Eddie saying, he said, leave this US. Oscar was like, leave this us Americans alone. We're doing this. You're just a UK guy. Stick to UK. He said, big man, I'm worldwide. He goes, I'm making worldwide deals.
He said, I'm a global commodity, fam. He goes, how many world champions do I have? It's about 16. How many you got? 4? Relax, man.
This is it. So now the landscape of boxing is changing again. And one thing people are not playing with, Saudi money. Let's keep it moving though. Don't be surprised to see loads of different beefs. What you got for me next, man?